girly. So you lure them with the treat, and with that hand, you bring it round, and with the other hand, there's a treat in the other hand. As they come round your leg, good girl, reward them with that hand. So I'll show you again. Good girl. With a lot of these moves, you can gradually take your hand signals away until they can just listen to your voice instead, or just do it with a hand signal a bit further away, like Bambi, middle, good girl, like that. If you want to, you can then also make it a little bit more challenging for them, and walk forward, and while you're walking forward, lure them to come with you, good girl. So they basically follow your footsteps. Feet. Good girlie. Good. So how I taught it is, well, simply getting her used to being in between my legs first of all, but also having my feet in like this, guiding her, and they should just stand on your feet, to be honest. Some dogs, they do find it a bit more difficult, so sometimes if they're slipping off a lot as well, sometimes wearing shoes actually helps, rather than just your socks. Good girl. And once they get used to actually standing on your feet, you can then gradually bring in movement of your feet, so wiggle your toes, do this with your feet. Good girl, should we try that again? Good girl, feet. So yeah, just move your feet slightly until eventually you can move one step at a time, and if it helps, keep the treat in front of their nose as a distraction. But it really just gets them used to that movement and standing on your feet, which isn't a flat surface like the floor is. And eventually you can, again, bring out the lure, and you can use the command, whatever command you want to use. So again, I use feet, and you should be able to get something that eventually looks like feet. Good girl, wait. That looks like this. Good girl. Spin. Good girl. Turn. Good girlie. So another trick, just a fun little one, quite easy as well. So actually this is the first one I taught her myself, other than obviously sitting down and all that. So I taught her to spin. So again, treat on their nose. Good girl. And you want them, so if they lie down like that, that's not very helpful. You don't want them in that position. So basically just lure them round in a circle, and if they can't do a full circle yet, that's fine. Even if they just make the slightest movement, good girl, that way, then you can reward them for that, just so they get into that rhythm of, okay, I get a reward if I slightly turn. So eventually it just gets them used to that kind of movement, and then eventually you should be able to come here, lure them around like that. Good girl. So you can focus on like one way first, if that's easier. That's what I did with her, and eventually once they get that way really well, you can then move on to the other way. So again, like the other tricks, you want to lure them first, and once they get the movement slightly, you can slightly start moving your hand further and further away, so that it doesn't just look like that, but it looks rather more like that. Good girl. And I'm not sure if she'll do this, we'll have a look, but even try and do it without your hand signal, so just the command, spin. Nah, she didn't do it that time, let's try again. Spin. Good girl. Kind of.